Okay, hello. It is now January 10th. I wanted to come and vlog while I am finally starting to organize for the beginning of the year. I was just on vacation. I think I'll put clips in, but now I'm back home. Yesterday I had the day off as well. Like today was my first day back at work, but yesterday I was just like lounging around and enjoying my day off. And today we are back at it. So I have not done like any new year planning. I haven't come up with my new year goals or resolutions or intentions. I haven't come up with my January goals or anything like that, and I feel kind of out of sorts. So I'm like thinking about my like yearly goals and what I want to do still, but I thought the thing to start we can do is the lighting went away. Okay, there we go. I think the thing that I can definitely start off with is planning for the week. So this is a weekly planner that I got off Amazon. I will link anything that I can down below. I'll link this, which I really love because it's just very simple, straight, like blank. I really like that. And then the other thing that I bought recently is this monthly calendar. I also got this off Amazon. This was like $6 because it was on sale. Yeah, oh, I should have just been here the whole time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like I was saying is I bought this new monthly planner from Amazon. It was like $6 and I really love it because it's super basic, which is what I wanted, and it goes all the way from January until December 2025. So I don't know if I'm going to be using it the whole time, but I really like it. So just super basic monthly planner that I'm going to use for literally like every single thing. I'm going to start with my weekly planner and plan out the rest of the week. And then while I'm here, because I need some music while I'm doing this, I want to unbox this. So I've been wanting this album on vinyl forever, but I just never got around to it. And then I realized it's a Taylor Swift album. Then I realized because Taylor's version of this is gonna come out soon, at least we all hope, like it's already like impossible. Like when I decided to go buy it, because it was only like 30 or 40 bucks originally, now it was like very expensive. And then I even put it on my Christmas list, and my little brother was trying to find it for me, couldn't find it anywhere. It's super expensive, it's sold out everywhere, which makes sense because why would they make new ones if Taylor's version is about to come out? So I had to get it because this is my favorite, like my top favorite album of all time. Oh my god! I've like never seen, I've never seen this in person. I am definitely a Reputation girl. Whoa, this is my favorite album. Oh my god. This back cover is amazing. That's incredible. Okay, let's look at it. 2 pictures. Love this for hair like that. Love this iconic picture. This is incredible. Look at that. I cannot wait for Taylor's version, mainly just because of the vault tracks. Like, they're gonna be so good. All right, let's go set this up so that it can be playing while we're doing our planning. Show you guys some used books that I picked up recently. I have a nice little trunk here. So I always try to save my money ever since that Barnes & Noble sale was happening. Try to save my money for it, but as we all saw this year, it was only 35% off, which I did get 2 books. I don't know if I showed you guys. Let me get those. I can show you those too. Let me get them down. I couldn't find one of the books because my bookshelves are so unorganized. I really need to organize them. Okay, so I did end up getting 2 books from the Barnes & Noble book sale. Now I was going to like film a vlog and stuff, but I went to multiple different Barnes & Nobles. I went to Barnes & Noble in Georgia when I was home visiting for Christmas. They didn't have any of the books that I wanted that were like on my list. Toby's in the box, playing in a box. And then I went to multiple different ones in Chicago, and I went to this huge one in Chicago. They didn't have any of the books that I was looking for. I was like, what? This is so weird. But let me show you the 2 books that I did end up finding from there. So I got Natural Beauty for Ling Wang. This is the horror book that was on the horror Goodreads shortlist. I was very interested in this. It's a short little book. I really love the lime green and the lime green spine. This one is a book that I was very interested in. This is Blackouts by Justin Torres. I saw this originally on Simon from Savage Reads. I get so many good book recommendations from him. So this book, you know, I don't really know what it's about. I read the synopsis and I was immediately intrigued. It seems very weird, very different. Wait, I just realized the font is not black. I just realized that the font is actually like a maroon brown color. That's weird. But anyways, it's like a very strange kind of setup. It has like weird pictures in it, some like blackout pages. Books that I got used. So first we got How High We Go in the Dark by Sequoia Nagamatsu. I've heard so many people talk about this book, and I think it's a pandemic book, right? Oh, this is by a male. For some reason I thought this was a woman this whole time. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is a pandemic, I think, collection of short stories that are all interwoven. I'm very excited about this. I think I'm really gonna love this, and I haven't heard one person say one bad thing about this. Super excited. Next is If an Egyptian Cannot Speak by Noor Naga. I am so excited about this. I think I'm really gonna love this one as well. This is so much shorter than I thought. Next, I'm super excited about this one. I found Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. I have been wanting to read this book ever since it came out, so I got the nice floppy paperback, which I think is actually gonna be fun. And I feel like the sequel is coming out or has come out or something. I feel like I've seen the sequel around. Maybe it's going to come out soon. But I've heard good things about this book, and I like a good vampire story. So I'm very excited. There's also some illustrations in this one. So got that one there. Next, I finally got my hands on this book. Oh my gosh, this is Africa Risen. This is a collection of science fiction novels all throughout the African diaspora. Multiple different authors. I'm so excited. This cover is absolutely beautiful. I've been meaning to get to this. Last one is this little book here. I love this cover. This bright orange and this black and white photo. Like, I love it. I love book covers with just like simple photography on the cover. Like, I really like it. Like, for example, let me show you another example. Because this one's right here. Like, this one is Daddy by Emma Cline. It's just like a simple piece of photography with like the outline around it. There's another one, Blacktop Wasteland, which I can't get to right now, but that one also has like a picture, and I like the font over it. This one doesn't have the font over it, but I just love those kind of book covers. This book is translated by Howard Curtis. This is an Italian novel. I can't remember who I saw talk about this. It was either Jack Edwards or Simon from Savage Reads. Cover obviously automatically intrigued me, and then the fact that it takes place in the summer and it's Italian. We're following a sad character in Italy during the summer. Sounds like something I'm gonna love. So I thought I would come give a little update of our share of a night. I haven't really talked about it since I started it, and now I'm like, it doesn't look like I'm that far, but I'm almost 150 pages in. I just started the second part called The Left Hand, Dr. Bradford Enters the Darkness, which is very intense. So I'm really liking it. I was liking it when I first started it, but then I started to really get into it towards the end of part 1. So this book, you're following this dad and this son. The dad is named Juan and the son is named Gaspar. Yeah, Gaspar. They're part of this like occult cult called the Order, and they can like see ghosts and have access to the dead and to gods, and the dad Juan is a medium, and so he has like this, and mediums are very rare. He's like one of the only in the world, and he has these like powers. He can connect with gods, he can bring about the darkness, but he has this congenital heart disease so he's like dying. It is so fascinating. And right now he is trying to protect his son from being the next person that they bring into the order. The mom and his wife recently died, so they're dealing with the grief of that. And I really like this because you are just thrown in. You're not giving too much explanation. You're just kind of figuring out how the world works, the magic system works, the order, how all of it is coming together. And those are the books that I like, where you're just kind of thrown in and the world is kind of built as you're going along, and you don't just have like pages and pages of info dumping, which is what I like. So the last part of part 1, I'm obviously not going to give any spoilers, but the last part of part 1, you got to see Juan's, the dad's, like power and like what he can do and what like the order wants from him, and it was very intense. And then he had a little revenge moment, which was also very intense. Yeah, so I don't know where in the world the rest of this book is going to go. Like, I don't think anyone could guess what else is going to happen because it's just so unique. Yeah, I'm really liking it a lot. I think I'm really liking it a lot. All right, hello, it is now time to reset my bookshelves. My bookshelves are a disaster. They're a hot mess. And I know that it was a hot mess because not yesterday. Oh, I think you guys, I filmed a clip where I was trying to find a book and I couldn't find my book. And that never happens. I know where all my books are, usually. So I'm going to just reorganize it. And I thought I would bring you all along with me because I feel that's part of 2024 reset. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take off all the little knickknacks that I have on here. And we'll start from there. Okay, I think I'm gonna first organize these two shelves here. So these two shelves here, all of my books are organized in adult, but like genres in adult because I don't read like any YA. And I have YA down on the bottom. So if I say the genre, then I'm talking about adult, just so you know. Okay, so the first two are supposed to be just like any literary fiction, and then I had historical fiction, and I think that was all that I had up here. But again, like I said, it's all a mess. So I think I'm just gonna take them all, the first two all down, and then look through the rest of the shelves for those things, and then organize them in piles down here. So let's just do that. I'm gonna go ahead and put my book of the month books. These are all together. And I know some of these genres like are in the other genres, but I like all the book of the month ones together. Okay, and then what I did have were like my favorite literary fiction, obviously adult novels, kind of first. But now I'm like, do I care? I don't think I actually care. So I'm just gonna throw up the the rest of the literary fiction now. Well, these are a lot of red books. Let's mix these up. Not have all red books together. I'll put one over here. I can fit this one in. Okay, well, how perfect is that? Okay, great. Okay, great. Yay! Okay, next, let's go over to these horror shelves. Okay, next we're gonna tackle this shelf, and then the rest are my horror books, okay? So these are all, I want this to be paperback horror that I have not read. Some of these on here I have read. And then I was thinking, do I want to like organize my horror books in like, you know, the type of horror? That may be a little ambitious, but we'll see. I really wanted this shelf to be like my immediate TBR, the books that I want to read as like soon, so I may change that up. This is my pink shelf. We're gonna keep it like it is. And then down here is gonna be, I wanted this to be hardcover horror that I haven't read. And here are, I just had Grady Hendrix, which I think I'm gonna keep, Marcus Danielowski books, which I'll keep, and then I'll figure out the other books that I want in here. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll switch it up and have the rest of these be other horror books that I have read, and then down here will be Stephen King and Joe Hill. So let's just get these down and go from there. I got all those down. I'm gonna look through the rest of my shelves and get the I think I'm just gonna get the rest of the horror books off my shelves and then go from there. Got all the horror books down. My battery camera is flashing at me, of course. What I'm going to do, and then I guess I'll quickly charge my camera. So I don't know how I want to separate them into read versus unread, or if I want to do categories of horror, which is what I'm leaning towards. I think it'd be kind of fun to do like all of my indigenous horror, because I love it. All of my indigenous horror together, short story collections that I have. Maybe my black horror could be a category. Translated horror, maybe. Okay, I let my camera battery charge a little bit, and I don't think I did anything else. I think I just cleaned the rest of my bookshelves, like took the dust off of them. I think I'm gonna put some of my black horror books here. Okay, I think I like this, and I don't think I'm gonna put any other books here. I'm just gonna leave it like this. So I'm just gonna do this, and I'll put a cute little something accessory there. Okay, let me put the other paperbacks up there. The other paperbacks, just gonna add these here, and then I'm just gonna put the two authors, actually. So these two big ones, and then Eric LaRocca. All right, and then the rest can be like that. Okay, so this is the final look. For the most part, I like it. It's not exactly how I want, but that's okay. So I thought I would do a quick overview. So I have the Harry Potter illustrated editions, the extra hardcover books here. I know I said I wanted this to be my immediate TBR, but that's just not gonna work. So I just have those there. We have some paperback and hardcover horror books that I have not read. Okay, this is my pink shelf. I changed out Bunny and put this book because I just got it and it's so beautiful. Sugar Baby. So I have my little pink shelf here. Down here is my black horror shelf. I put this book here, which is also new. I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me. This is like one of my favorite covers and book titles of all time. Oh my god, it's so stunning. I will hopefully be reading this for the month of February, but black horror. Coming down, these are some horror books that I have multiple books by the same author. So we have Grady Hendrix, Katrina Ward, Alexis Henderson, Marcus Danielowski, Stephen King, and Joe Hill. Coming back out, sorry my window is open, I have the literary fiction, historical fiction, and then book of the month is back there. We have short hardcovers, and then this is like my new Southern Reach trilogy. I just put it here because it fit, even though this is technically sci-fi, but that's okay. We have my little classic section here, fantasy section, which didn't change, my sci-fi shelf, which changed a little bit. I like to keep that there in the middle. Then we have my fantasy section, which this is what I changed up. So I like how this looks a lot better. So I have my fantasy, and then it comes down to more fantasy. Then it transitions into YA fantasy books. Then we have like comics, graphic novels, and then more YA books. So I like that a lot better. Coming over here, we have more horror books. We have my literary fiction. I tried to separate this into indigenous authors and translated fiction, but it's just kind of all together. So there's that. And then this is just like random horror. Coming down, we have short story collections, and then just more random literary fiction. And then down here is my thriller section. So I do like how it looks a lot better. Still always a work in progress. So there we go. All right, hello. It is a bit later now. I cannot remember the last time I updated you. This vlog is going to be all over the place. I've wanted to come and give an update. So I am still reading Our Share of Night, obviously. I'm on page like 240 now. So I read a bit. I'm getting really into it. I'm on part 3. I cannot remember the last time that I chatted with you, so I wanted to come give you an update. Like, I am really enjoying it, and things just got very interesting. So I think I already shared the first part where we were in the perspective, it's written in third person, but you're more in the perspective of the father. And then the second part was the left hand, Dr. Bradford enters the darkness, which was in the perspective of the doctor who was like performing all those heart surgeries that I mentioned earlier. That was very interesting because you got a good backstory on the dad. Okay, and then we're in the third part now, which is called The Bad Thing About Empty Houses. And now we're more in the perspective of the son. And it's really interesting because he has like his little group of friends. He's like 11 or 12, kind of living life. But then you're seeing his dad from like his perspective and how just like dark and scary he is, but he's still a very loving father. But how Juan just has, no, sorry, not Juan, Juan's the dad. How Gasper's the son, my battery's flashing at me. How Gasper the son just really has no idea what's going on, but you learned at the beginning that like the whole occult world and like all the magic and paranormal stuff has a lot to do with him. And so it's very interesting how this is about to play out, especially with what I just happened. I think we're about to get to where the two worlds collide and the son is about to find out about a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I'm really loving it. It's just so like, this book is just so you have no idea what is happening. Like you understand where you are, but you have no idea what in the world could happen next, because this is not like anything I've ever read before. So I am really enjoying it. Like, I just want to sit here and read it. So that's what I'm gonna do now. It's Sunday night. I have to work tomorrow, which is sad. I'm in acute care and it's been incredibly busy, but I'm just gonna sit and read a bit of this. Okay, so I just got to part 5 of Our Share of Night. I just obviously read part 4, which is very long, but it was in the perspective of someone that I didn't know we were gonna get their perspective, and I don't want to spoil it because how the author even wrote it, it was like she was trying to surprise you who the voice was, which was interesting. So we got a lot more background of obviously the dad, Juan, Gasper the son, and then the mom. And we went to England for a bit of this, which I wasn't expecting, but we're back in Argentina now, and I am very suspicious of one particular character. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah, it's really interesting because you really don't know if you can trust this person. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm very curious how this is gonna go, how in the world this book is gonna end. This book really reminds me like how the story is being told, and how it's like with such precision, and you feel that the author Mariana, she really knows exactly the world that she created, and it's so distinct and unique. All right, hello. It is now Saturday. I'm still on nights, but I have tonight off, and then I go back to nights again tomorrow. But I'm all dressed up. Let me show you my outfit because I do really like it today. I'm going to Second City for a comedy show slash sketch show. I don't really know what it is. I thought I would come and do my update because my camera cut me out when I was chatting about Our Share of Night. So I haven't read any more. I'm still on part 5. But what I was saying is that this book is very much reminding me of Marlon James, and he wrote, let me get this right here, my favorite fantasy series. This is the first one in the series, called Black Leopard, Red Wolf. This is an African-inspired fantasy, but it's reminding me of Marlon James because what I loved about this is that you can tell that the author just has such control and created this entire world in their head and knows like every little detail, and yeah, just has such control over the story. And that's how I feel about this, where we are like, nothing is really explained to you. You're just thrown in. You are seeing like all these really strange things, like you're seeing the magical weird world. They're going into doors, going into the darkness. You're seeing these like god creatures, all these weird magical abilities, and some of it is just like one little sentence of something really strange that happened, but it's like all these little details that make me feel like Mariana Enriquez really has like such control of the story. The writing is not similar, just like the world building and the storytelling is very similar, and I'm loving it so much. This is definitely much more accessible than this. This was like a little bit of a difficult read. I love this so much. Anyways, so I'm really loving this a lot. Like I said, I have no idea where it's gonna go. Then I did want to come and open up a package because I did buy a book from Pango Books. I wanted to get this in time for Blackathon that's happening next month, for the month of February. Oh my gosh, they gave, how cute is that? I love it when people from Pango Books like wrap their stuff. Welcome to my house. Come freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring. That's a good quote, but that's a little ominous because Count Dracula is saying it, so it's a little strange. But how cute is this? Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Oh, so cute. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take the tape off. Love that. That just made me so happy. Okay, here's the book. Oh, this cover is absolutely stunning. So this is Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. This is the first book in a trilogy, the Lilith Brood trilogy, sorry. I believe this is a classic sci-fi series, First Contact with Aliens sci-fi series. I'm so excited. I've never read an Octavia E. Butler, and I thought this would be perfect for my classics this year. And also this fits the prompt for Blackathon for red, green, and black on the cover. So I am so excited about this. I'm so glad they redid this series because her novels have the ugliest covers. They don't even look like sci-fi series. I'm so glad they've redone them to represent her work. So I'm so excited. I've heard great things about Octavia E. Butler. Okay, this is my outfit. Can you guys see? I'm wearing a little plaid skirt, some tights, just a little black turtleneck, and then the best part are the shoes with the socks. night on night float. I worked tonight and then I'm finally done. Oh my gosh, it's been like the longest week. I wanted to come because my camera cut out when I was giving you all my final update. I can't remember if I told you all that I finished or not last time, but I have now since finished. You all saw me putting in my tabs of some beautiful quotes, and I thought I would come give my final, or yeah, my last update on this. I really enjoyed this a lot. This is one of those books where when I wasn't reading it, I was just thinking about it. I couldn't wait to get back to picking it up and being back with these characters. I literally fell in love with Gasper, who is the son. The dad, Juan, was also so great. I just loved it. I think I'm gonna give it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It didn't quite hit the 5-star mark, but I still absolutely loved it. I'm so glad I read it. This just, like, every time I read a big book, I always love it, and you just get so immersed in the world, and like you can't help but fall in love with all the characters because you're with them for so long. Like, you're with Gasper since he's like a young boy all the way until, I don't know, how old is he? Maybe like early 20s. So you can't help it. But yeah, I thought this was great. The ending was a little fast for me because you spend a lot of time with, especially towards the end, you spend a lot of time with Gasper and just his day-to-day life with a girlfriend, with his friends. Not really much is happening, and then the end kind of happens really fast. But it wasn't as epic as I thought, and it left it where there could be a sequel if she wanted to. If the author wanted to write a sequel, she definitely could, and I definitely would read it. This is my 3rd Argentinian novel, and I've loved every single one that I've read, so I need to find more. But I went and did my tabs. So I did blue or just any quotes. I would underline anything that caught my eye, but then I did pink for quotes that I just absolutely loved. So I thought I would read one to you. So this is the dad. Juan is telling Gasper this. He says, "You have something of mine. I passed on something of me to you, and hopefully it isn't cursed. I don't know if I can leave you something that isn't dirty, that isn't dark, our share of night." Like, the dad has this like magical ability. He's like a medium, and the order, which is the people who are like part of the occult and are trying to be in contact with all these gods and use Juan because he is the medium and can like reach out and get these powers. He doesn't want to pass that on to Gasper, the son, and that's kind of what this whole book is about, is that like inheritance of this like ability that he has, inheritance of his family that he's a part of the pain that the dad has to deal with. So I just thought that quote was beautiful. I really enjoyed this. This was a great first read of 2024. So yes, I think I'm gonna come back and to end out this vlog a little bit later because I still have a couple more things that I want to do to like fully reset the new year, but I did want to come and share my final thoughts with this. I'm so happy that I read this and that I loved it. And yeah, hello, it is still Tuesday. Obviously, I'm ready to go to work. I still have a little bit of time before I have to head out, so I thought we would come and do try to wrap up my last little bit of this like January reset stuff. I think I want to show you, I made an Instagram post, I'll put it here, of my top 10 books that I want to read in 2024, so I thought I could also share those books with you really fast. But since I finished, let me go to screen record. Since I finished Our Share of Night and I went on Goodreads, I realized that I never set my goal for 2024, and I meant to do that. So let's do it together. So last year my goal was 30 books, and I actually hit it. I haven't hit my Goodreads goal in a very long time. 30 books may not sound like a lot, but I'm happy because I went over it, and I am so busy, I don't have that much time. And I'm glad that I hit my goal. And 2, it's more about the fact that I like loved most of the books that I read, and I felt like I was reading the whole year. I mean, I had like a couple reading slumps, but I really felt like I was just reading much more than I normally do, and I'm very happy with that. So we're here at the 2024 reading challenge. This color that they picked, I mean, I like purple, but it's such an interesting color that they chose, and it's so funny how this is like a whole thing about the color. Anyway, so we're gonna join the challenge. I think this year, because I am finishing residency, I'm starting fellowship, and fellowship you do have a little bit more time than residency. I think I'll have a little bit more time to read. So I'm gonna set my goal. I'm gonna push myself a little bit more. I'm gonna set it for 40 books. So let's do it. Okay, there we go. I already have one down. That's so exciting. All right, so I thought I'd quickly share with you the top 10 books that I definitely am going to read this year. These are some books that, some of these are new releases. Some of them have been on my shelves for a while. Some of them are authors that I've read from before and I really want to read more of their work. So let's just get into it in no particular order. The first one is In Memoriam by Alice Wynne. This is one that is a new release that I just really want to get to because I know I'm going to love it. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but this is one. The second one is Black No More by George S. Schuler. This was a classic that I was supposed to read last year. I didn't end up getting to it, so this is definitely one that I really need to get to. I have a sequel. This is The Story of a New Name by Elena Ferrante. I read My Brilliant Friend last year. Absolutely loved it, so I know that I'm going to love this one too, and I really am desperate to get to it, so this is on my list. We have Out There Screaming by Jordan Peele. I just don't want this to go to the, I just don't want this to like fall to the side because it's an anthology. Sometimes it's hard for me to pick up an anthology, but this is Black horror short stories. I know I'm going to love it. This is my plan to read for next month for Blockathon, so super excited about that one. I have another sci-fi classic, so this fits a lot of my goals. This is Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. Also, you're getting a little preview of some classics because I'm gonna make a video of the classics that I want to read in 2024. So you saw two in here. Oh, there's actually another one coming up. But this is one of them, Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. Another classic and author that I really want to read from again is James Baldwin. If Beale Street Could Talk. You all know that I loved Giovanni's Dreams. I cannot wait to read this. Oh my god. Okay, this book, I can't believe this is taking me so long to read this book. This is My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. The Only Good Indians is my favorite horror book. It is what I was thinking about. This. It's not the first horror book that I've read and not the first horror book that I've loved, but it really like got me into the horror genre the past couple of years. So I can't believe I haven't read this. This is definitely going to be read soon. And the third one, this is a trilogy. The third one is coming out soon. So I'm very excited to get to this. I feel like this would be a good summer one, don't you think? I don't know. Okay, another one is Monstrilio, which is apparently in the mail to me. I don't know, we'll see. This book has been sold out everywhere. I don't know what the deal is, but hopefully it'll come to me soon. That's one that I really want to get to because I know I'm gonna love it. Okay, and then on the little chart that I made for Instagram, I couldn't think of a 10th book, so I just put another Donna Tartt book because I do want to read from her. But I remembered that I bought this book last year, which is Archibald Finch and the Lost Witches. Is a middle grade book and I didn't get to it last year, and I really want to read it, so I'm going to put this on my top 10 to push myself to read it. I just think I'm gonna absolutely love this. This cover is beautiful. Okay, and then the last book is another classic. Hello Tobes. Hi. That is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I am so excited for this. Like, you guys have no idea. I read Anna Karenina, as you all know, and I absolutely loved it. It took me like 3 months, so this will probably take me like 6 months or so to read this book, but I'm going to take my time. I'm going to annotate it like crazy. I won't talk about it too much more, but let's see how many pages this edition is. 1,215 pages. Yeah, I'm excited though. The font is a lot smaller than Anna Karenina. But I'm glad this is a floppier edition, and so it'll be really fun to annotate. I'm super excited about it. Those are my goals. I think that's the end of this little vlog. If not, I'll insert other stuff if I forgot to do something. But I hope you all enjoyed this reading vlog. Let me know how your January went. Even though I only finished one book this month, I'm so happy with the book that I chose. It was so good, and I'll catch y'all in my next one. Bye.